Hello everyone, my name is Lucifer and welcome back to Tiny Bunny. I was gonna wait until the fourth episode was close by the release before playing a third one, but I thought, shucks, why not? Let's just play episode 3. I've been thinking about this game ever since the second episode because it's very intriguing. There's so much mystery, so much suspicious intrigue around, which I thought we could find and figure out what's happening because from the little things I've seen of this episode, things are just gonna get more confusing. So I'm excited, so strap in, grab some nachos, some popcorn, some drinks, relax, and we're gonna go through the story and the world of Tiny Bunny. It's gonna be very creepy. Alright, let's go. Episode 3: On the End of the Wolf's Grey Fur Will Stand. Oh, also, in the previous episode, I could have actually gone on a date with the girl who wanted me to punch someone. I didn't know that. I was gonna go back and do that, but for the sake of continuity, I thought I would just, stick with what I have for now. And yes, the bully is now missing, which is interesting. And I forgot what theory I came up with at the very end of the last episode, but it's going to be very interesting. He's the one who hated Baburin. You think he did it? I've heard he's a weirdo. I hardly rub my glasses. Hey, glasses people are not weird. We're just cosmic beings trying to be humans. It takes time to adjust. It happens. The glasses. Semyon was clutching them in his fist while I was getting beaten up. And in just a couple of hours, this lost item was lying on the ledge of my window. I have a stalker who really likes me. I don't know if that's a good thing. It was hard to imagine that Syoma suddenly got a guilty conscience, and returned my glasses in such a strange way. It would also be very hard to imagine and very concerning if he knew where I lived. Just saying. I was shocked but kept walking towards the classroom, accompanied by nasty whispers all around me. That photo still stood before my eyes. Semyon has gone missing. Semyon is gone. That's actually freaky. I thought there was something over here, but never mind. His fat fingers. There was something there. Hey, Semyon, how you doing, bud? How you doing there? You okay with those fat fingers? His fat fingers will never get to my throat. His signet ring won't smash into my chin. He'll never humiliate me again. Wasn't that what I wished for? On the other hand, did I really wish Semyon to become a murky stain on a notice board? I don't like the music. I mean, I like it, but it's very creepy, and it's nice. He was still someone's son or a grandson, and he went through the same struggles as me. Or he could be a snowman's son. You don't know that. Maybe he's partially a snowman. That would be very cool. Did I really wish for my unseen companion to dispatch him in such a brutal fashion? Yes. No. No. I didn't know the answer, or I was just scared of it. Oh, hey, it's you. You are the girl who was very mean to me and had a very creepy face. Or was that the Elsa girl? I think it was the Elsa girl. So you're the girl I could have gone on a date with. Well, missed opportunity, but hey, that's just how life is sometimes. Nonetheless, school still had something nice about it. Polina, the girl with the violin, was like a mountain spring. Like well water that you gulp down, pressing your lips against the zinc outer ring of a bucket, and can't never get enough. You are a poet, and I'm sure she'll fall for that. What if it make her one of the characters in the story I'll draw? The protagonist will save her from the terrifying monsters. The really not unusual. The really interesting thing is that in middle school, doing drawings and giving to someone is seen as such a nerdy and dumb thing. But as you grow up and you do that, it becomes more and more sweet and thoughtful, which is interesting how life is. Just a little thing. I don't know why I said that, but okay, here you go, life story right there. As soon as I thought of the monsters, a bunch of my classmates slid down the rail, smirking like the xenomorphs from The Alien. I immediately felt larvae of fear writhe in my stomach. That's how larvae sound like, definitely. I didn't want to cross paths with Romka and Biasha after what happened yesterday, especially since Semyon suddenly went missing. That dude has a bad haircut. Okay, they're gonna go in. That girl doesn't have a mouth. That's okay. I entered the room and went towards the last row. The set ruler, is dangling in midair. I have superpowers. Nice. All of the chatter suddenly died down, so I walked there in complete silence. It felt like my classmates pushed and poked me with their stares. They carefully observed my every move. They looked at me with a mortifying mix of pity, ridicule, and derision, like a scientist looking at an ugly representative of a newfound species of worms. I stared at the desk with a huge pile of library textbooks on top of my fists. On top, my fists clenched. It felt like I was the one who disappeared in that snowy forest, and my desk was finally used for something worthwhile. Semyon's empty chair stood in front of me. The chair that once belonged to Vova was gathering dust somewhere in another classroom. Vova is from my classroom? Okay, that's... Okay, that throws a mix in it. This reminds me of Another, where if no one's watched the anime, it's basically there's a classroom where people die. If Basically there's a ghost that comes into the classroom and they don't even know that they're a ghost, and because there's an extra ghost classroom person, people die. That makes no sense, but I recommend watching the anime if no one has. I don't think anyone's gonna watch even this into the video, but hey, that's fine. So Vovo's in my classroom. Sit down. I'm gonna stand up. You can't stop me. Hey, Elsa, how are you doing? Oh, I can look at the wall. Oh, hi. An old cheap slide projector called and I call this model a tank because it looked like one. A lot of things built in back in the day were built like tanks. They were built to last. So fair enough. Everything's a tank. There was a time when I had a lot of cool fairy tales that we used to watch with Dad in complete darkness. That is such a vibe. I remember Little Raccoon and One Who Sits in the Pond, Kipling's Mowgli, and many others. I watched Mowgli, Lion King, Tom and Jerry, and Teletubbies. Now you know why I'm so messed up. It's the Teletubbies. I was immediately swept away by the memory of the projector's hum, of its hot casing, of its bright rays hitting the wall, turning it into a screen. Were projectors used that early on? I don't think so. I think they were more used in large auditoriums or something in schools. I'm not sure though. It's a pity that the school's slides were mostly about minerals and PSAs. The PSA is the best A. You cannot have better A's than that, other than else A. Every boy my age I knew had something like this in his arsenal. Powder firecrackers that blow up with a very loud sound. Why do you have that? Why do you have that? Is that why Vova went missing? Did you burst firecrackers in his face? Especially inside the archway. It is said that they're produced in China and that a single one of them can blow your fingers off if you light it up and clutch it in your hand. Why would you know that? I guess we're going to have the fingerless monster. Especially the Black Corsair. This video is sponsored by Corsair. They won't be enough to blow up plastic shoulders, but when it comes to stuff made of plaster, they should work. Strange that you know that, but you know what? Sometimes you just gotta know some things. Ah, hello, that's Kennedy, right? I look at the portraits of classical writers. Never mind, that's not Kennedy. I can't read. Never mind. My eyes stopped on Ezanine's photo. Last year I was tasked with learning any poem. My dad suggested I learn one about the dog Jim, written by Ezanine. One of my old dogs that my grandma used to own had a similar name. Yeah. I don't remember all the stanzas by now, but the last one was somehow deeply ingrained in my memory. I'm sure she'll come here in my absence. Please catch her eye. Go kiss her hand for me. For all my real or fancied errors asking. Forgiveness of her humility. Cool. That's metaphorical, but we can break that down some other day. For now, we're going to find the monster in our closet. Apparently, there is no monster in our closet. How sad. Let's sit down. After a moment of hesitation, I sat down at Baburin's desk, the place where I was supposed to be assigned by Lilia Pavlovna at first. The chatters resumed as if someone just unpaused a movie. Baburin's grandma made such a fuss when he didn't return home. Yeah? Oh, no, wait, it was Baburin, the dude who got missing. It is the missing dude, okay. Da da da. Katya snuck a cunning glance at me, then leaned into her neighbors and whispered something. Girls from the second row also leaned in, and she shared something with them too. Whispers, nods. I kept catching her stare on myself. Her neighbors stared too. The whole class was watching me. It was like they felt the need to watch me because they were searching for traces of blood on my fingers. Well, I had a whole glove of blood. You missed me. You missed by a couple of days, guys. I had a lot of blood on my hands, but hey, yeah. I wanted to defend myself and shout, "Guys, listen, I'm innocent." That's what an imposter would say. Oh, it's you two. The delinquents turned around and stared at me in silence. Their looks were dripping with malice. But why? What did I do to them? I missed that. And suddenly I noticed Biasha drilling a hole in my nose with his eyes. It felt like he was about to point his finger at me and shout at the top of his lungs. "Everyone, look! Baburin snatched his glasses yesterday, and now he has them back! Murderer!" But he remained silent as if there was nothing special there was nothing special at all about my glasses. I may be going mad, but I think Biasha knows something. He knows something, but he won't tell me what. As if looking for protection, I clutched the ruler until my hand hurt. You don't have to be Columbo to solve this. I suspect a lot of people. A lot of people held a grudge against him, I suspect. The metal ruler fell out of my weak fingers, hit the floor with a jingle, and that made the other kids shudder. That's right, I'm scary. Be scared. Shudder yourselves. Shudder me, timbers. Katya bit her tongue and squirmed nervously. That's right. If you look at me, you're gonna disappear. All of you will disappear. Haha. I'm a monster. Chairs scraped against the floor. My classmates moved away from me, closer to the exit, towards the teacher's desk. I was not the only one to catch wind of that change. Romka and Biasha looked around and winced in contempt. Too bad that they weren't afraid of me like everyone else. Shut it. I bet you Baburin just got a whipping from his old hag and ran off. They'll find him soon. They'll find him all right. Uh-huh. Oh, why do you know this, Katya? Did you cut some stomachs open recently? I have to say, this art style is really nice, and also the fingers. The fingers are very well done. Fingers are hard to get. They got a good artist. I gulped. Oh, that's not nice. Oh no. I imagined Sioma on a snowy blanket, his face white like a fish belly, split down the middle by the crevice of his mouth, snowflakes falling on his glassy eyes and filling up his throat. See? I could almost hear him in his condescending tone. It's all your fault. But why was Semyon the only one get his just desserts for bullying me? Weren't all of them supposed to disappear? Romka, Biasha, Katya, along with every laughing onlooker. That's not nice. Of course, Semyon did me a favor by disappearing. Thanks to him, my classmates now stared at me in awe. But that was only one side of the coin. What if I'll have to repay that favor soon? Yeah, I'll have to turn into a wolf. The door creaked. Polina entered the classroom. Polina, hey, you are not having your hair tied up. I thought back in the day you had to have strict hair rules, but okay. Interesting. I straightened up in a hurry so she wouldn't see me looking like a scared critter. Aw. Does someone like Polina? Polina went to her seat without looking at me. That's a bell. That's a very loud bell. The ringer's trill announced the start of the class. All right, stop messing around, class. Stand up. You too, Petro. Lilia Pavlovna went to her desk, followed by a policeman in a uniform. It was the man that just visited us recently. Tall, and his stare was so sharp you could get cut on it. Hello there, Mr. Policeman. How are you doing? Oh. Здравствуйте. Yeah. This is Senior Lieutenant Konstantin Vladimirovich Tikhonov.
И проведет небольшую лекцию по безопасности.
He's gonna ask you a couple of questions and give you a small PSA.
Лучше лекция от милиционера, чем уроки.
Bruh! The class livened up. Talking to a policeman was way better than studying. I, on the other hand, no, it's not. Lies. Studying is cool. Stay in school, kids. Yeah. I, on the other hand, was ready to sit down through hundreds of hours of Russian literature just to escape the lieutenant's oppressive stare. His brown eyes felt around the classroom, looking for me. Hair stood on the back of my neck, and icicle had lodged in my gut.
А правда, что Бабурина маньяк убил?
Is it true that Baburin got killed by a serial killer?
Екатерина, ну-ка цыц.
Shush,
Вопросы
Ekaterina.
здесь взрослые задают.
Wait, isn't she Katya? What? Wait, what? No, she's Katya. I suspect something fishy going on here.
Просто нам всем страшно.
We're all scared.
Может, убийца бродит где-то рядом?
Maybe the killer is somewhere close. Maybe they're even
Если
sitting
кто назад-
among us. Am I sus? Am I too sus for you? Her sly stare was directed towards me. Tikhonov stepped in between the rows of desks and started walking at an excruciatingly slow pace, brushing his fingers against the chairs as he passed by. Some of his students almost broke their necks following his movements. That's how a crowd of commoners would gleefully anticipate a public execution in the Middle Ages. Are you going to execute me? But why? Wow, that is very slow. That is really slow. And he just walked, getting closer and closer to me. I gritted my teeth to stop myself from screaming. Calm down. Breathe. You didn't kill or kidnap anyone. Don't say this! They will know! They will know. Hi, Mr. Officer, how are you doing? I love your stars. I think those stars are very cool. He already knew the answer to his question, but the policeman still asked in a stern
Петров
voice.
Антон?
Anton Petrov.
Да.
Yes?
Встань, Петров.
Alright, I'll stand up. I still think that he has anime protagonist hair. My muscles turned into stone. I got up, unglued myself from this chair. I felt like I could hear all my joints creak in the process. I only wish that Polina wouldn't turn around and see the grimace of horror on my face. If only I could be somewhere far away. In the forest, digging myself into a snow pile, rolling up into a ball there. The officer stared at me as if he was about to lock a pair of handcuffs on my wrists. I wonder how cold those bracelets are to the touch. Actually that's not a... Yeah, handcuffs are technically bracelets if you think about it. I don't know why I'm thinking about it, but yeah. I imagine myself getting jailed and put into a juvenile detention center where tens of Semyons would constantly harass me.
Я ничего не знаю. Я тут ни при чем.
I don't know anything. I don't have anything to do with this.
А тебя никто и не обвиняет.
Nobody's accusing you of doing anything.
Пока что.
For now. Wow, these guys are big a-holes. Only then I noticed a file that said case number in his hand. It had a gray cover made from rough cartoon. Carton, not cartoon. Ah, my imagination is leaking into reality. No, my monsters, my demons are coming to real life. It flopped onto the desk like a guillotine blade that slid down on someone's neck. With a measured motion, Tikhonov opened the file, still studying me with his gaze. I caught a glimpse of documents and photos. They showed points on the snow. They looked like animal prints.
Ты с Семеном Бабуриным общался?
Have you talked to Semyon Baburin before? Yeah, he was my bully. He was my personal bully. I hired him to bully me. You know how it is. Yeah, sometimes you just gotta be bullied.
Я знал его всего одну неделю.
I only knew him for a week. A week?
Все знают. Петров его ненавидел.
Everyone knows that Petrov hated him. I turned red. You ugly bitch! Fuck you! Screw you, Katya! I wanted to sink my teeth into Katya's face and chew. God. Wow, I am the ultimate simp. So simpy. Alright. Instead, I replied with the calmest voice I could muster.
Мы повздорили не так давно.
We had a fight some time ago.
Он меня ударил.
He hit me. A voice came from the side.
Хана тебе.
You're screwed!
Панов, а ну рот закрой.
Hey, Pyatifanov, shut your mouth. I staggered, barely able to keep my balance. Surprisingly, Lilia Pavlovna came to my rescue.
Бабурин Проблемный подросток. С шилом кое-где.
Baburin is a troubled teen, a true pain in the rear. Petrov. Oh, okay. The officer replied with a meaningful nod and fished out a notebook out of the file. That's very cool. It's a notebook. Oh, it's algebra.
Это твое?
Is this yours? I averted my gaze. It was a math notebook with my name on it. My classmates devoured me greedily with their eyes. It felt like even the writers on the portrait squinted at me with suspicion. Keep your eyes away! You're gonna disappear, all of you! You're all gonna turn into freaking foxes, rabbits, and demons.
Мое.
В
Yes.
лесу нашли.
We found it in the forest. You know, I like to go to the forest to do my math. What's a better place to do math than the forest? In the very wet, cold snow, you
Там
know.
же тракторист, что снег убирал в последний раз, видел Бабурина.
In the area where the tractor driver who was plowing the snow there last saw Baburin. I started blinking in bewilderment. Romka ransacked my school bag. The notebook probably just got lost somewhere in the bushes. The lieutenant knew about the school brawl, but was he aware of the fight in the forest clearing? No, because you didn't tell him. It's... I had witnesses that could testify to Semyon, and I... Blah. I can't... Words are difficult, okay? Words are hard. Okay, I'm sorry. I had witnesses that could testify to Semyon, and I walking in different directions after that. I looked towards the boys, hopefully. No, they're not going to help. Romka, who sat behind Tikhinov, put a finger to his lips. And then when the officer quickly turned around, he pretended to pick on his nose. I deciphered his signal. Boys like Romka would probably just say something like, "Snitches get stitches," in a situation like this. I frantically fixed my glasses. Wait, Semyon took them away yesterday, but now
Так
they're...
Что ты делал вчера в лесу, Антон?
What were you doing in the forest yesterday,
Я
Anton?
в школу через лес хожу.
That's the lamest excuse I've heard, but true enough, I
Могла
guess.
выпасть легко.
Could have easily fallen out of my bag. Easily, just like me producing this half-truth. It's still a truth, I
Будь
mean.
осторожнее.
Be careful out there. Before I could realize whether it was a genuine piece of advice or a veiled threat, the teacher said,
А сейчас лейтенант расскажет о правилах, которые вам необходимо соблюдать.
"Class, the teacher will now tell you about the rules that you should follow."
Так маньяк все-таки есть.
How, Katya, you bitch. Yeah, you weird-fingered, Elsa-haired, creepy-mouthed, creepy-eyed person. You are mean. You're annoying. I don't know how to say mean things. Help.
Пока мы ничего вам сказать не можем.
We can't make any of this public for
Но
now.
если
I am
что-то
sorry.
нет,
I'm
вы
shaking a
должны
ruler.
четко помнить о собственной безопасности.
Whether the criminal really exists or not, you should be mindful of your safety. You know me. I walk into the forest willy-nilly, and I shout for killers to come after me. It's it's a vibe.
Вас бережет милиция. Вас опекают родители и учителя. Но в первую очередь защищать себя должны вы сами.
The police, your parents, and your teachers will all watch over you, but no one guard you better than you yourself.
Итак, кто там что хотел узнать?
That's what he wanted to say. Okay. Yeah. Any questions? A stockade of arms rose from the desks. The kids shouted over each other, swarming the policeman with questions. In an attempt to calm down the chorus, he moved towards the blackboard. The gray file was left lying in front of me. I stared at it, my breathing so ragged that it might have looked like someone who just ran a 100-meter sprint. Beads of sweat rolled down my back.
Ясно.
I looked around the classroom. My classmates were catching officers every word. Only Romka, I missed the text.
Сейчас причин пока нет.
Okay. What can I do?
Мало времени прошло.
This is so cool though. They've improved a lot. The dudes are moving around. That's very cool. This is a very cool visual novel. I like this. Why are you staring at me, teacher?
Живым и здоровым.
Teacher? Why are you staring at me? Do you have anything to say, teacher? Huh?
Сразу
Teacher?
после уроков.
Alright, so I'm gonna get time to open this. Oh my god! As soon as I touched the photo, Tikhonov lashed at me with his eyes. My hands instinctively moved away as if that stare actually hurt. The officer just kept staring at me without saying a word, making me squirm under the weight of this uncomfortable silence and then the sneering looks of my classmates. And suddenly, continued his speech as if nothing happened.
Вы должны
Okay, I need to open when he's not looking. Got it. Okay. Oh my god! I clanged my teeth from surprise. pushed myself into the back of my chair, blinking in bewilderment. The officer suddenly gathered the documents and gave me a stern look.
Больно ты любопытный, Петров.
Well, aren't you a curious boy, Petrov?
И еще раз.
Could I have opened the book? I want to see what's in the book. I want to see what's in the book. Let me say this again.
Если вы заметите в поселке кого-то подозрительного,
If you see anyone suspicious in the village,
на лесной тропинке, сразу сообщайте в милицию.
be it near the school or in the forest trail, contact the police
Телефон
immediately.
знаете?
You know what number, right? Yeah, it's 666, right? That's the number? Oh, sorry, that's the devil. Police, the devil, you know. One has officer clothes, one has demon clothes. You know how it is. 02.
Спасибо, ребята.
Thanks for listening, boys and girls.
Спасибо, Лилия Павловна.
Thank you, Lilia Pavlovna.
И это... Одноклассника вашего мы найдем.
Don't make promises you can't keep. We'll find your classmate. Yeah, right, I thought flashed through my head. Dig through enough ditches and maybe you'll be able to piece them together. Oh, wow. I am the villain. I am the villain. Who knew? Like Legos. Oh, wow. My thoughts turned evil for some reason, and I couldn't control them. I tried to switch to the lieutenant's speech about suspicious behavior. What if I saw the killer before? What if I was a hair's breadth away from them? Suspicious people. How suspicious was the fox girl that wandered in the darkness? Very suspicious! Very, very suspicious. So suspicious, in fact, that she would be the most suspicious person on Earth. Just saying. A weirdo that always appears out of nowhere and dissolves into thin air with her riddles and rhymes. Could she really harm the hulking Semyon? Should I tell the officer about her? Wait, what if I get mocked for speaking out? What if they'll start whispering behind my back, or what's even worse, think that I'm insane? I know this is just a visual novel and it's not depicting real life, but a fun little thing that if you're in school and you think that people are going to care about you, in a couple of years, you're not ever going to meet them, and they're not going to think of you. And people are more concerned about themselves rather than thinking about others. So, yeah. If you want to do something. Because it's worth it. And you're worth it. And I'm going to go in the video now. This is very awkward. Okay. Romka gave me a stern look over his shoulders. I doubt someone like him would approve of my cooperating with the police. What am I, a criminal? What is happening? Katya's braid dangled nervously behind the delinquent sitting in front of me. My hand was glued to the desk.
Свидание, лейтенант.
До свидания. Tikhonov was saying goodbye to Lilia Pavlovna. He was about to leave. It'll be too late soon. I'm going to tell him. Should I tell him? Stay silent. I'm going to stay silent because I don't know. Fox Girl. I think I would rather be alive when I meet them. Just saying. No way. I've had enough of humiliation. I'll keep my head down like a bunny. Oh. Is that not a reference? Is that an Easter egg for what's gonna happen? Foreshadowing? I locked my fingers and zipped my mouth. Oh, wow. I almost jump scared at that. The bell rang. Lilia Pavlovna passed by without looking my way. Polina left after her. Is Polina Lilia's daughter? My classmates went silent at the same time, as if someone muted the sound on a TV. They followed me with their eyes the whole time I passed between the rows. Judgmental looks. I felt like I was in the scopes of many sniper rifles. Okay. I squeezed through the barricade made of desks looking for Polina. But I stumbled into my new buddies instead. Romka swaggered up to me.
Решил сдать нас ментам?
Decided to rat to the cops. You saw me not rat you out. You guys are the rats.
Я ничего не сказал.
I didn't say anything.
Я то подумал.
But sure as screw thought about it then, eh? Romka towered over me, breathing out a faint smell of tobacco. Hey, you be doing the doobie-doobie?
Ты сильно ошибаешься, думая, что без Сёмы у тебя
You're very wrong if you think that without Sioma, you'll have a better time here.
Мы тебя сосвету
We'll make this
живём.
place hell for you. Got it? What did I do to you? Did you summon me with the satanic circle? That's fair enough. Okay. I don't know what I'm saying.
До
Clearly.
скорого, очкарик.
See you, Four Eyes. My head tilted forward from his slap.
Вот ты лохна.
What the loser? I wasn't surprised to find a note stuck on my back during the break. It said, "Kick me!" You must kick me, for I am Lucifer. My nightmare clearly wasn't about to end. And darkness followed suit. It's been 7 days since the lieutenant visited our classes. At first glance, everything was still the same. That's nice. That's not freaky at all. That's a very normal house. It has a very barn design. It has a very European design. I thought the architecture for Russia was a little different, but I mean, it's still a very cool house, though. The forest still held out its gnarly claws towards the village, and the wind whipped up white flags weaved from powdery snow every night. When my parents argued in the other room, I would turn up the TV's volume to silence their muffled voices and sit close to Olya. Was I not allowed in Olya's room? I remember not being allowed to go there. Vova and Semyon's photos were still 2 black spots on the school notice board. Also, they could have placed that notice a little to the left, but okay. But something did change. I could see how different the looks of my classmates were. They met me with a new portion of pokes and insults, contempt, mockery, and loneliness because of my faithful companions. But most importantly, faithful companions who? The fox? A shadow slid across my desk, leaving behind a mysterious note. I glanced into the space between the rows, but the messenger was already nowhere to be found. They are the Flash! Run away! Who sent me this note? What could this carefully ripped out, neatly folded piece of paper be hiding from me? More threats and humiliation, or... I took the pieces of paper carefully, inhaling the wafting aroma. Blackberry. I'll be waiting at the cul-de-sac near the dressing room. Come alone. This is a trap? This screams trap. I love this music, by the way, but this is just huge trap. Don't go. It's a booby trap. Yeah, you will be screwed. Inside was a message in a beautiful handwriting. I'm waiting at a dead end near the dressing room. Come alone. Oh God. Drunk on the sudden call, I immediately started looking over my shoulder from time to time, making sure nobody follows me. Why? Why would I do this? It's clearly a trap. I mean, come on. Even though I suspected it could be another trap. See? It could be another trap set up by Romka and Biasha at first. This buzzing thought soon left my mind. The two of them didn't have enough combined brain power to fake Polina's notes so carefully. They could have just asked her. But no, you don't think about that. I didn't even notice how I almost broke into a run and jumped around the corner. As soon as I did that, I rammed into somebody inside the dark nook. Oh, hi, Polina. How are you doing? Like a magic bird, a green notebook glided to my feet. Polina puffed her cheeks in exaggerated anger. That's right. I need 6 eyes. Excuse you. I fixed my glasses. My nearsightedness wasn't that embarrassing anymore. Okay. I bent down and picked up the notebook. Sorry. I was in a rush. Were you waiting for me? Did something happen? Polina studied me with her eyes and clicked her tongue. Do you know what you look like, Antosha? No? A blackbird? A blackberry? I don't know. Like blues improv. I have no idea what that is, but I'll nod along like I know what it is. I blinked in bewilderment. Yeah. What do you mean? I always associate people who I know with something. Technically, people are something as well, so you can associate someone with someone else. Technically. I do that too, but why music? And I suspect that the music that's playing right now is Black Peas. I forgot what she just said. It can't be anything other than music. Some people are like guitar solos, some are drums. People like our Lilia Pavlovna are war marches. And you're so thoughtful, so mysterious, sometimes even a bit sad. I could have gone on a date with you, but I didn't. So sad. You're definitely blues. You mean black and blue like I'm gonna be in a minute just now? What about the improv
А это
part?
когда слушатель не догадывается, куда свернет мелодия, какой темп возьмет.
It's when the listener has no idea where the melody will go, what tempo it will adopt. Of course, some things some of the things that Paulina said were completely over my head. It's not that hard to understand. You guys are clearly adults already. I mean, having grudges and everything in middle school? But I couldn't stop looking at her smile, light like a breeze in May, and her eyes, deep and blue.
Чтобы распознать в тебе музыку, нужен опыт и вкус.
One needs to have experience and taste to recognize the music in you.
Это не какая-то там эстрада.
You're not some pop music.
Я, наверное, вообще не знаю, что такое.
I don't think I even know what the blues is. Paulina gasped and frowned, which made her look even more beautiful. I'm simping so hard right now!
Произноси при мне такие слова.
Don't say something like that to my face. I'll be sure to give you a cassette.
Раньше мне дедушка из города столько музыки привозил.
Grandpa used to bring so much music from the city, jazz, swing, and classical too.
Это он подметил, что у меня склад ума, как у музыканта.
He was the one to notice my musical mindset.
Я еще совсем маленькой пыталась на бумаге записать звуки природы. Пение дождя, леса.
When I was still very little, I tried recording the sounds of nature on paper, the songs of the rain and the forest.
Эх, мне бы твои уши.
I wish I had ears like yours.
А мне бы твои глаза.
And I'd love to have your eyes. You know what? She would look pretty cute with glasses. You know, I tend to stop worrying that she was making fun of me, but Paulina shook her head. I mean, everyone looks cute with glasses, so you know.
Глаза художника.
No, I'm serious. You have the eyes of an artist. How do you know? Oh my God, is she one of the fox people who came to my window?
Смотришь на вещи и фиксируешь их. Я
You're so good at
умею.
picturing things. I can't do that. Oh God. Katya walked past with a trademark frosty glare. We dove into the shadows, trying to escape it.
Теперь понимаешь, почему мы тут прячемся?
You understand why we're hiding here, right? Because of people like her.
А Катька какая мелодия.
And what kind of melody is Katya? Paulina flashed me a sly smile. Why are you smiling, huh? Why is it sly? What are you planning?
Скрип несмазанных дверных
The
петель.
squeaking sound of unoiled door hinges.
Знаешь, такой мерзкий
You know this
дискант.
nasty descant? I giggled, covering my mouth. Katya didn't hear our whispers, but she suddenly glanced over her shoulder, clearly annoyed. A moment later, she sighed and went her way. Okay, you have fun there, Katya. You have fun. I remember the notebook I was still clutching in my hand. I turned it in my hands. Friends only, Polina Morozova. Instead of a subject name, the front side had the name of its owner and 2 words only. Friends only.
Любопытной Варваре кое-что оторвали.
Curiosity killed the cat. You know, hey, you dropped it. I picked it up. It's losers, weepers, finders, keepers. Yeah.
Прости, это анкета?
I'm sorry. Is this a questionnaire?
Заполнял когда-нибудь?
Have you ever filled one? I lied that I had. I filled plenty. You know how it is. In reality, girl classmates from my previous school had never asked me to fill their questionnaires. It was quite upsetting. You fill questionnaires, and that's okay. That's interesting. I've never done that before. That's never happened to me. I mean, I never have friends in the first place. But hey, that's interesting. I mean, it was a girl hobby. You just answer a set of standard questions about your favorite actors and colors, but entrusting someone with such a notebook was a sign of friendship. Maybe of something even more. Something I only had a vague idea about. Oh.
Хочешь, заполни
You
мои.
can fill in mine if you want. My heartbeat quickened.
Хочу, спасибо.
I do, thank you. Polina giggled.
А хотя, там же столько секретов.
Actually, there are so many secrets there.
Наверное, лучше тебе не знать, о чем мы,
You'd
девочки.
be better off not knowing what we girls think. I want to know. I think what girls think are cool. She reached for the notebook playing with me. I tossed my findings into my free hand. Polina tried to intercept my move. Oh, so pretty. She's so pretty. Oh, this is great art. This is such cool art. I sensed an aroma that immediately filled the whole world. Fragrant, alluring, lively. If only I could picture it, steal it for myself. I felt dizzy, but I gathered myself and spoke in a voice reminiscent of Lieutenant Tikhonov. Oh?
Ваша анкета является важнейшей уликой, и я вынужден временно изъять ее для изучения.
Your questionnaire is an important piece of evidence, so I'm afraid I'll have to confiscate it for further examination. Polina covered her mouth that rounded in fake horror.
И что мне грозит за сокрытие?
This is interesting roleplay. And what are the implications of concealing evidence?
Следствие покажет.
We'll decide that in the course of our investigation.
Сдаюсь, товарищ милиционер.
I surrender, Mr. Policeman.
Только обещайте ничего не читать.
Just promise you won't read anything.
Здесь содержится
It's
секретная
full of sensitive
сведения.
information.
Боюсь, что мне все-таки придется выяснить, не влюблен ли кто в гражданина
I'm afraid I'll
Петрова.
have to investigate whether someone is in love, Mr. Petrov. Polina burst out laughing and pressed herself against my chest, showering me with the aroma of her hair and her milky skin that looked almost transparent. She's a ghost! She's a ghost! Oh no, we're falling for a ghost! We're gonna have little ghost babies with tiny threads of veins running under it. Her whispers was hot like a piece of butter sizzling on a pan. Okay, I've written a lot of stuff in my time, but I've never described a whisper like sizzling hot butter. That's an interesting description, though.
Тогда поклянитесь, что не станете разглашать информацию.
Then swear that you'll keep this information private.
Честная милицейская.
I swear on my police
А
badge.
теперь, Антоша, самое
And now we
время
need to hurry,
поторопиться.
Antosha. Alright, I did not expect that to happen. Okay, wow, that happened, okay. I took out the notebook during class. Questionnaire. Skimmed through it, reading into other people's preferences. I was quite surprised to discover Romka's jerky handwriting inside. Okay, Roma Pyatovin 6B, probably hanging out, buying a BMW. Schwarzenegger. Don't trust, don't fret, don't ask. 31587. DuckTales, Biasha. I'm sure none of this is a reference to anything at all. His letters bulged out of his cells as if embarrassed by their shapelessness. Fearsome Romka found time for something so silly. I chuckled into my fist after I found out that Romka's favorite cartoon is not even Darkwing Duck, but DuckTales. Oh yeah, that's not creepy now at all. There's definitely not a scary game on DuckTales. Somewhere in the distance, a teacher was reciting pieces of Andrev's Snapper. I paid them no mind. That's a nice drawing. Polina's page was decorated with flower drawings and clippings from the Cool Girl magazine. Polina Morozova, 6B, Franz Schubert, My Birthday, Listening, See the World, Robert Schumann, Losing the People Like Oh, that's sweet. 3/24/1992. Oh, their birthdays. 10 musician of Bremen, Grandpa. Her favorite musician was Schubert. Her best friend is her grandpa. Her hobby is not violin, like I expected, but a much more mysterious listening. Can such a mundane process really be someone's hobby? Yeah, I mean, it's really interesting. Like, it's interesting to listen to people and just, sometimes when I hang out with friends, like Nyla, or Nyla, Hannah, Perry, or Sky, I like listening to them. It's interesting. You get to know more about them, the way they talk. I'm being very analytic and creepy, but yeah, it's listening can be a hobby. It's interesting to do, and I'm just weird. Other students were taking notes. I flipped the pages until I found a blank one and armed myself with a pen. What's your name? What class are you in? Your favorite music or your favorite holiday? Your hobby? What's your dream? Your hero? Your biggest fear? Your phone number? Your favorite cartoon? Your best friend? Anton Petrov, class 6B. Okay. Took a long time to decide on my favorite musician, but until a trendy pop band Carman came to mind, with cool dancers in their music videos. Okay. Favorite holiday? That one's easy. New Year's. Oh, that's nice. Is that a holiday? I think it's a holiday, yeah. My hobby is drawing. My dream is going to Disneyland, I guess. There's a Disneyland in Russia, right? I don't think so. I think it's just in Europe. My hero. My hand moved on its own, writing, "Daddy, Daddy." Oh yeah, Daddy. I stopped on those two letters. One of those who read this after me will find my answer laughable and stupid. After thinking for a bit, I decided that not everything should be disclosed on paper. That's how Da turned into Spy Dar, man. Spelling was wrong, but who cares? Okay, Spider-Man. Your biggest fear, huh? I immediately wrote losing a person who's dear to me. Your phone number. No secret here. 303-9895. Never mind, that's on our birth date. Your favorite cartoon, Transformers. Your best friend. I hesitated gnawing on the pen's cap. Your best friend. I read the question out loud. It was easy, but at the same time, very important. The answer to that was my sister's name, so I carefully wrote it into squares. Olya. Olya I repeated my sister's name while sneaking out of the school. Why are you suddenly sneaking out? What's happening? Dragon! That's adorable! That's such a good drawing! There's a cute, freshly drawn dragon in my notebook that I made to please my beloved sister. In this land of darkness and deceit, her support was the only thing that inspired me to keep drawing and stopped me from losing hope on humanity. Let me guess. Things are not going to go the right way, and I'm not going to meet my sister, and that drawing is going to burn. Refreshing, frosty air made my cheeks turn beet red. It was bright outside, and the sun looked like a whole egg yolk. The road looked as if it was silvered. The snow sparkled under the sunlight. I smiled, squinting from the blinding whiteness. Who cares if I don't have any true friends anymore? I have something more important, someone who needs my help, who will never betray or hurt me. Family is the most important thing ever. That's what my dad always told me. Hey, what's up with that stupid grin? Wait! Oh, you're not... Okay. I thought you were Pimple, dude. My numb lips immediately shrank. Hide the drawing, hide the drawing. The drawing is important. The drawing is life right now. Biasha was shuffling his feet in the middle of the yard. His boots restless on the ice. It's not a grin. I'm just cackling while I'm imagining you're burning in hell. Yeah. I tried to go around him, but to no avail. Lady Fortune was waving me goodbye, disappearing into the early twilight. In a hurry, eh?
Немного. Меня папа ждет.
A little bit. My dad's waiting for me.
Я ему тиркну на пейджер, что ты не
I'll shoot him a pager message that you're not coming, eh? My eyes flinched unwittingly, my skin dampened.
Идем, тебе дельцы.
Let's go, eh? We have a small business to discuss. Okay, fine. Also, what is that? What is that? What is that? That's a bird, right? What is that? That's scary. I felt chills run all over my body. I don't like the sound of that small business. Those words, accompanied by spitting, normally hid very dark deeds underneath them. Strangers that used to call our apartment used to say, "Get your old man, we have a small business to discuss." Biasha turned around. He looked like an astronaut in his tight hood. And he looks like he has no mouth. Haha! I meant to say no teeth, never mind. If I were to imagine him as a sound, he'd be a deafening whistle. A signal given by someone who stands watch. To my demise, there was nobody in the backyard. This is gonna go well. This is gonna go so well. Oh no. Apart from the grim-faced Romka, he stood there, his feet wide apart with his right hand hidden behind his back. He's gonna have a rock there or something. Romka's dry lips were tightly pursed. He kept shooting glances at me as he looked around.
Привёлна.
There he is, eh?
Вижу.
I can see that.
Ну, здорово, Антоша.
Hello there, Antosha.
Что тебе нужно?
What do you want? Oh, well, that's... Oh, God. I mean, your flip was very cool, though. A knife, the steel butterfly of death that flies towards the victim's heartbeat. I stepped back instinctively and grabbed my back into Biasha. Romka's minion pushed me back.
А мы с Бешей хотели узнать,
We wanted to know.
ты не держишь на нас обиду?
Do you have any hard feelings for me or Biasha? Romka started picking on his yellow nail, looked at me with an evil smirk on his face.
Ну, там, в лесу. Мы были немного грубы с тобой.
Forest? Nah, that's fine. I've been through worse. I've seen fox people. Yeah, I've been through worse. Don't worry about it. Please drop the knife, please.
Сам понимаешь, такое у нас воспитание.
It's such a poor upbringing, you know.
Да, до вас городских далеко.
Yeah, not as cultured as you city folk.
Вот порой нас и заносит.
So we get feisty sometimes. I nodded, my eyes glued to the knife. The blade glowed near the setting sun, and Romka's eyes had the same evil glow. Oh, well, that's a knife. Okay. He stepped towards me. His knife traveled inches away from my coat. One movement and the steel would cut into the cloth, and if he pushes deeper,
Нам одна птичка напела. Ты опять возле Полины отирался?
little bird tells you were snooping about Polina again. I was so scared that it took me a while to remember who Polina was. My brain was malfunctioning, my knees were shaking. I thought I was simping for Polina, but apparently not. How sad. Yeah, I told you they were working together! Suddenly our class rep slowly walked up to Romka from behind.
Смотрю, мальчики, вы нашли
Ah,
её.
screw her, screw her. I see you boys are getting along quite well.
За мной должок, Катька.
I owe you one, Katya.
Ой, не благодари, Ромочка.
Oh, no need to thank me, Ramochka. I'm always fighting for true love.
Да-да-да.
Da-da-da. I'll kill you, I swear.
Так, я не слышу. Ты к Полине подходил или нет?
Мы так болтали.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
Болтать будешь кишками, когда я тебе брюхо вскрою.
The only thing hanging out here will be your guts when I cut open your stomach. The blade slid across my sleeve with its dull side and reached my collar. The wind made my face cold, but a bead of sweat still trickled from my temple. A switch flipped in my head. It all made sense now. I remember Romka constantly sneaking glances at Polina. I remember his scrawly handwriting in the questionnaire. Why didn't I study it more in depth?
Еще раз замечу рядом с Полинкой, пеняй на себя.
I see you near Polina even once, and you won't get away with a single bump.
Усек?
Never! Never!
Да,
Duh.
Пшел вон!
Now scram! I was probably so hypnotized by the knife that Romka had to repeat his threat.
Вон!
Rum! I thought about the cold sharp blade when retreating from the yard. I was asking myself whether I had enough courage to break the promise I made to these screwholes. The aftertaste of the water I drank down my meds lingered in my mouth. My thoughts were focused on Polina, but Romka's threat was also on my mind. I was wandering around the house, feeling intoxicated, and nodded to everything my sister said without trying to discern her words. My sister speaking satanic! Oh no! Ollie was talking non-stop, at times lifting her arms and laughing, only to then suddenly go quiet and then give my mom's signature gnarly look. I was yanked out of the prison of my own mind, where seething thoughts pecked at my brain like harpies, stopping me from coming back to reality. I stared back. Olia looked like a mini version of her mom right now. Well, to be precise, she looked like the person my mom tried to turn into when we moved here, with her intimidating posture and her eyebrows directed towards the ceiling.
Ты меня не слушал?
No, I was. Olia, don't worry, don't know. I was listening to you, yeah, uh-huh. She tried spitting out those words at me, copying facial expressions of the person she spent almost all her free time with. For a moment, I felt like the light of Olia exuded all these years, waned and wavered in the wind of the prolonged changes. Very soon, my beautiful princess will turn into the dragon that was once guarding her prison tower. That the thought was much scarier to me than any other horror sneaking up to me in the future.
Оля, прости.
Sorry, Olia.
Ты же не сердишься, правда?
I didn't want to make you mad. I just got lost in thought. I looked around the room, my gaze jumping from one object to another like a hungry beast, trying to find anything that could distract Olia.
Давай в приставку поиграем.
Let's play the console. Olia pouted, but there was a spark of interest in her small emerald eyes. That's right. Let's play the PS5. That'll help. The Snow Queen's eyes shard inside them started thawing.
А как же второй джойстик? Не работает.
And what about the second controller? It's not working.
А папе починить
And Dad has no time to fix it.
Можем из пистолета пострелять.
We can play with the light gun.
Ковбоев или уток. Хочешь?
What do you want to play? Cowboys? Ducks?
Ты лучше меня играешь.
You're better than me at both.
Да ладно тебе.
Oh, come on.
Мади целый день тренировалась,
You must
пока
have
меня
been
дома
practicing
не
the
было.
whole time when I was away from home. Olia burst out laughing. Her heart was warm once again.
А как ты догадался?
How did you know?
Я сейчас знаешь, какая
But I'm a
милая.
good shooter now. You've already
Не на
lost.
того напала. Включай скорее.
You picked the wrong fight here. Come on, turn it on. Is it just me, or does Olia look like the that VTuber with like the shark hoodie and the white hair? I don't know her name, but oh my god, wow, oh wow, that's creepy. Why am I staring at Olia like that? Oh my god, that's so creepy. Oh god, it's so creepy. Little Olia jumped towards the TV and after flickering the power switch, started blindly feeling around the backside of the photon. trying to plug the console's cable into the antenna input. Bruce Lee! Bits of TV shows started flashing on the CRT screen, and I armed myself with the remote to look for the channel with the sought-after Dendy signal.
Что дома интересного происходило?
Did anything interesting happen at home? It was a mundane question for me. I didn't put any actual meaning behind it. But Ollie's expression suddenly changed. She lost all of her childish nonchalantness she worked so hard to acquire before.
Оль, что-то случилось?
What happened, Olia? My sister managed to put the cable in its place and started brushing off her dust-covered hand. She was clearly looking for the courage to continue the conversation. Mom, she... Olia went silent, and for a moment I saw tears welling up in her eyes.
У нее опять был этот страшный.
She had the scary thing happen to her again. My sister looked at me with wet eyes.
Приступ.
She had a fit, huh? This had happened before, but it was a rare occasion. Now that we moved to this godforsaken place, Mom's fits rose in frequency. Oh wow, that's a fish. Dad brought home a big fish.
В газету была завернута.
It was wrapped in a newspaper and had a foul smell.
А мама опять начала злиться.
Mom got angry again, and then she took a knife. Oya squirmed, looking fearfully out of the window.
Громко
They
ругались.
started screaming at each other. I froze, imagining my little sister, so small and unnoticeable, standing in the kitchen doorway. She wasn't even trying to hide. Our parents just paid her no mind at all.
Потом мама ударила.
And then Mom struck it. Like this. Olia slightly moved her fist downwards, imitating a strike. She hit the fish.
Была живая.
It was still alive, Tosha. It must have been in pain. And Mom... It was easy to imagine what had happened next. The writhing fish with a blade between its fins squirted out some foul-smelling musk into Mom's face. Whenever death got this close to my mom, be it when a person was hit by a bus in front of us and their blood was smeared all over the windshield, or when Grandpa chopped off a chicken's head, Mom would always get into a weird, dreadful fit. Oh my god, she's seizuring! That's not good. Her eyes would roll over, she would fall on her face and like a freshly cut tree, and started writhing, just like that agonizing fish, turning over chairs and blurting out bits of scary sentences.
Он ей
She's being possessed, you know. What about Dad? Did he help her? Olia shuddered as if just remembering it pained her. Yeah, at first. He started laughing, Tosha. He let out an evil laugh when he saw that Mom was in trouble. And then he cried. Olia's story made me raise an eyebrow. It seemed like the forest's oozing madness had not completely consumed our mom, but also infected our strong and courageous dad. I quickly stepped towards Olia and locked her into a tight embrace. Ooh, the shadows look very creepy. She dug her face into my chest and I could feel my shirt becoming wet.
Зачем они так издеваются друг над
Why are they bullying each other, Tosha?
Они сумасшедшие.
Are they crazy? I stuttered, maybe unable to justify the actions of our parents. I had run out of words, and all I could do was hug Olia even tighter. Oh my god, why? Bad. What? Oh, it's the TV. Oh, I was so confused. Olia screamed and hid behind me. Turn it off quick! No matter how many times she saw this intro, she would always react the same, just like when she saw the owl. I mean, I also got goosebumps every time I saw the ghostly face appear in the screen, so I immediately complied with my sister's request. Play? Do I want to play? Do I want to play, really? Do I really want to play? Alright, here we go. Let's play Shooty Shooty Ducky Boys. Finally, the game selection screen showed up for the cartridge that was bundled up with the console. That's a lot of nines. Very flickery. Spoopy. Oh wow. Goose Hunt Tank, Small B, Wild Gunman, Lunar Ball, Tank, Goose Hunt, Small B, Lunar blah blah. Small B, Goose Hunt, the same thing over and over again. 9,999 in one. This is not 9,999, this is just 3 games in one. Too bad most of the names were just different levels of the same game. Yeah, so that's how they get you. I picked up the gray rectangular controller and started looking around the pixel letters to find the familiar word English for duck. The background music from the menu soothed Olya's mind as she asked in a calm voice,
Как твои дела в школе?
"How are things at school?" Oh, you know, I'm kind of the love interest where my challenger dude wants to cut my throat open, but hey, that's fine. That's normal everywhere, right?
Ничего хорошего.
Nothing good.
Школа новая, а
The
ты
school is
поёшь
new, but my treatment is the same,
словно и не переезжали.
as if we never moved.
Задолбало.
I'm so tired of this. Before despair could lead me down to its depressing road toward the clutches of oppressive thoughts. Oh my god! I look like an evil villain. Oh my god. Oh wow. Oh, the bunny. Something evil writhed deep inside of my skull, awaking wild and pleasant memories.
Хотя знаешь,
Actually,
кое-что хорошее
something
всё же
good did
случилось.
happen. Olya watched with hope-filled eyes as a wicked smile spread on my face, faintly resembling the wound from a box cutter knife.
Еще один мальчик.
Another boy went missing.
Тоша, разве это хорошо?
Tosha,
Почему ты так
do you think that's
говоришь?
good? Why do you say that? My sister's voice trembled when she looked into my eyes through the thick lenses. You know, the other guy, the other missing boy, Vova. Maybe what happened to him was all his fault. Maybe he did something so bad that he no longer deserved to live.
Не будь таким жестоким,
Don't be so cruel, please! Oya pressed her knees into her chin and hugged them with her hands, trying to take up less space, as if she wanted to shrink or even disappear altogether. It was the only reasonable thing for us to do, go missing among all the other broken toys, and never encounter evil parents or mad classmates. We're the only ones left for each other, the only ones who can protect, listen, and sympathize. Which means she's bound to listen to what I think about them all, these beasts pretending to be children that are so eager to bully the weak. It was my turn to speak.
Думаю, они не посмотрят.
I think they won't be the last. My breathing quickens, my fingers start banging on the wooden floor.
Такие люди, как они, недостойны жить, ходить с нами в одну школу.
People like them are not worthy of living going to the same school as with us,
Смотреть на твой
or
свет.
looking at your light. My thoughts got tangled up, they slipped away with my calmness.
Тошенька, хватит. Ты меня пугаешь.
Stosha, stop it, you're scaring me.
Бойся, я
Don't be
смогу тебя
scared.
защитить.
I can protect you. Then I finally noticed that Olya was looking at me like I was a stranger.
Кто ты?
Oh, who are you? The rage that welled up inside me subsided. It hid under the guise of my cowardliness, leaving me alone with a growing fear of guilt for scaring my sister. You know, you sometimes just gotta release your demons from inside, yeah.
Оленька, прости.
Oh yeah, sorry, I
Я не
didn't
хотел.
mean to.
Видимо, я схожу с
I guess I'm
ума
just going
от
crazy in that school. She rushed to embrace me, barely holding back her tears.
Хорошо, Тоша. Только, пожалуйста, пожалуйста.
Клянусь маминым сердцем.
Okay. Olya flashed me a bitter smile,
Сказал, что так говорить нехорошо.
and he told me I shouldn't say that.
Ты права. Давай лучше.
You're right. Let's start playing. Davai, let's do it.
Только чур
Oh wow, that's a huge gun. I go first. Player 1, get ready. Oh, I'm actually playing. Am I? Oh, I'm not. Okay. I'm not playing. Oh no, I clicked away from the screen. I'm so sorry. Player, wait, am I playing it? Oh. I can't. Oh, nice. I do a thing. I did a thing. Oh, yeah. Yo, doggo, you get all the meals tonight. All right, let's do it. Let's do it. Nice.
подалась.
I was going easy on you there. Sure you were. Sure. Wow, those are some fast ducks. Nice shots. Oh, yeah. Oh, wow, that's already done? Okay. I play FPS games every day, all the days. There you go. I got all the ducks. All right, here we go. Oh, yeah, we're going to do this. I mean, I'm going to do this. Haha. Suck on it. I'm going to become... Oh, perfect score. Here we go.
Это ты виноват, что я промазала.
Boo, it's your fault I missed. She's actually crying. Don't think I should win, but I'm... Oh, wait, the game is glitching out. I think? Final round! Oh my god, what is happening? Oh, screw you, doggo. Oh god, I got one at least. Okay, nice. Now, what is happening? Why is this so... Oh my god. I got 2 at least. This doesn't count. You were close to the screen. I'm not playing with you anymore. Aww. Aww. My mom only managed to get through to me on a 3rd attempt. Anton, there's a call for you. It's a girl. I sobered up in an instant and rushed to the hallway.
Не споткнись, смотри.
Watch your step. I love how my mom's cool with this. I can't go outside or talk to anyone else, but I can talk to girls. I grabbed the phone and pressed it into my chest, looking at my mom. She shrugged and went into the room, gathering the toys thrown around by Olya as she went.
Алло?
Hello?
У твоей мамы такой молодой голос.
Your mom has such a young voice. Are you old? Are you from the ether? Are you from the beyond? Well, yeah, I mean, she is young.
Не мешаю?
Are you busy right now?
Нет, что ты?
No, of course not. If only she knew how costly this conversation could be for me. What risks I took on just answering this call. There are risks on answering a call? There was a pen and a shabby notepad lying on the nightstand. Oh, wow, you are drawing. That's very cool. Producing chaotic doodles that always ended up turning into hearts.
Я тут подумала, мне надо тебе сказать кое-что.
I've been thinking, I need to tell you something. I froze. It can't be. Does she like me? I don't think she likes you, my dude. I think she's the fox lady. Or one of the fox ladies.
Такой
You've been looking so lost lately.
мне в школе на тебе буквально лица
And when I saw you in school today, you were pale like a ghost. I couldn't find words. My heart was fluttering in anticipation.
хочу сказать,
I wanted to say
я на твоей стороне.
that I'm on your side. A smile was spreading on my face in anticipation for Paulina's next words.
Тебя очень жаль.
And I feel so sorry for you.
Хорошие ребята, как ты,
Good guys like you deserve better.
очень хочется верить, что
I
однажды
want to believe that you'll find the strength to fight back at some point and the others will stop picking on you. The pen fell out of my weak fingers. Is that all she's gonna say?
даже девушку найдешь.
Maybe you'll even find a girlfriend. She sounded as if she was unsure of her own words.
Знай, ты славный парень.
Well, I just wanted to let you know that you're a nice guy. It was a total failure. Compassion instead of an invitation to hang out. You there? Before I could reply, Olya descended the stairs. She was holding something. She was holding some book in a pink cover. Encyclopedia of a Young Lady.
Ты долго еще?
Will you take long? I covered my handset with my hand.
Я разговариваю.
I'm in the middle of a
Что
conversation.
случилось?
What happened?
Почитай мне, пожалуйста.
Read me a bedtime story, please.
Мама уснула.
Mom fell asleep.
Иди к себе, я сейчас.
Go to your room. I'll be there in a minute.
Только быстрее, ладно?
Just be quick, okay?
Ладно.
Fine. My last reply sounded excessively annoyed. I sighed, watching my sister run up the stairs.
Алло, Полина?
Hello, Paulina.
Прости, мне надо бежать. Представляешь, кое-кто втюрился в меня и теперь оттирается у моих окон, требуя сходить с ним на
Can you
свидание.
imagine? There's someone in love with me and he snoops about under my windows, demanding to go on a date with him.
Прогоню его, пока дедушка не
I'll go chase him away before Grandpa wakes up.
Или, может, дать ему
Maybe we should give him a chance. I bit my lower lip in jealousy.
Интересно? Расскажу тебе завтра.
I'll tell you tomorrow if you want.
В конце концов, друзья.
We're friends after all. Oh my god, wow, Friends, at least she didn't say that we were besties.
Да, конечно.
Yeah, sure,
Добрый.
good. Well, I feel it too, my dude. Girls will never like me that way. It's fine. Sometimes all we need is FPS games and just blowing people's heads off. That's just how it be sometimes, you know? The buzzer hammered in my brain. Dirty slut, and an angry voice spoke through my teeth in my brain. Like a restless zombie devoid of consciousness, I dragged my feet up the staircase. Just because she doesn't like it doesn't mean she's that. My gosh. I mean, he is young, I guess, but still. I wish I could ask Dad, ask for his manly advice. But it doesn't show up home until late at night because of his new job. My parents don't have a lot of time for me, to put it lightly.
Ну, где твоя книжка?
Well, where's your book? I stuttered. The kids' room was empty. Olya? She fell stuck into my room. I started walking down the corridor. The room was infested with shadows. The blinds were wavering like there was someone hiding behind them. I smiled, sneaking towards the window and threw open the curtain. Oh!
Попалась.
Gotcha! But there was no one behind the cloth. The window was a screen showing the wintry scene. The lamppost, the field, and a couple of walking figures in the middle of it. Oh, that's not good. That is not good. That is not good. Elisa and Olya. I gasped and spread my fist into my mouth, sinking my teeth into it. Elisa was leading Olya into the thicket. That is not good. That is not good. I needed less than a minute to hurriedly dress and rush out of the house. My heart was beating like a fried machine gun. Sure, sunny side up machine gun. The wind carried the cold, resinous smell of coniferous trees from the forest. Freezing air crackled somewhere in the field. Two shadows loomed in front of the gate. I could only recognize them as my sister and the fox girl because of their height. Right, so taller people are just fox people now. Okay. I ran towards the fence, listening to the howling of the wind and the squelching of snow. One of the figures moved and slowly glided towards the thicket like an ice skater. I slowed down and touched my glasses, trying in vain to adjust my vision to the surrounding darkness. Worry landed on my shoulders like a weightless snowflake. A snake woke up in my belly and started writhing. I felt nauseous. I thought about my home, the flimsy fortress I had left behind. I finally caught up to my sister, dressed only in a coat. Olya! Have you seen the foxy?
Оля, зачем ты вышла на улицу?
Why'd you go outside, Olya?
Если мама
If
узнает...
Mom finds out... My sister froze in place, facing the Tega. She was in a hand's reach, and I put my numb wrist on her shoulder, for some reason, probably to make sure it wasn't a dream! Fudge you. A pointy beak was directed at me, strewn with feathers that formed an owl face. Something was wearing a bird mask staring at me. Hurt, she won't. The voice sounded exactly like Olya's, but there was somebody else hiding behind the feathers and the curtain. I sprinted away as if I got whipped. The masked creature only pretending to be Olya, just to lure me out. I was running like crazy, drowning in snow. The house in front of me was rapidly growing. The yellow light in its windows granted me hope. My mom and sister are there. My salvation! I couldn't hear anything from behind me, as if nobody was chasing me. Maybe because owls can't fly? Owls can! Wait, oh, owls can fly, that's bad. I was already climbing the porch when I noticed another figure. Oh no, that's not good. And from the soot-black shadows of the house, a scruffy wolf cub crawled out and stood in my way. Its movements were jerking, chaotic, as if it was performing some terrifying dance. Is that Foxy? Is that Foxy? Or convulsing during a stroke. And even though I could clearly see that the wolf face was a mask, something in the werewolf's convulsions made me freeze in place. The boy in a wolf's costume rubbed his side against the porch post and fell to his knees. He bent his back so hard that I expected his spine to crack. It is, okay, it is a mask, okay. The beast's yellow eyes shone, but he didn't attack. I am sorry, my ruler is touching my microphone. He kept crawling around and running on all fours. I shifted my feet to my mouth agape, trying to keep him in my line of sight. Something was trickling from the slit in his mask. Vicious drops fell into the wooden planks. Saliva. Some unknown force pushed me back, whispering to save myself. The fence was flashing by at the edge of my vision. I was running. I saw that. I was running in another direction this time, towards the toothy edge of the forest that smelled of fine. Yes, running into the forest is a very good idea. My heartbeat measured time. The wolf boy growled behind my back. Grrr. My right legs got stuck in the snow, laden out. I yanked it out, crushing my breath, and fell to the ground. Plastering snow prevented me from standing up, from propping myself against anything. But my unhoodness... Darkness was creeping closer like the toxic fumes of burial pyres. I ran again, gasping for that air that stung in my throat. My hair swayed in the wind. I lost my hat when I fell down, and my ears were now hot from the freezing cold, while most of my body was still sweaty. The field finally ended. After realizing that running into the forest wasn't the smartest decision you think I could make, I dove into the line of trees. I ran without stopping, my face covered in one of my palms. I didn't want to lose an eye to some random branch. Branches whipped to my clothes. You have glasses. You have protection. Pricked my skin like butchers that were herding a pig into the grinder. A knot of roots sprout from the ground and grabbed my foot. I rammed into a scratchy trunk, slid down to its base, and looked around in panic. Hi. Phew, you're so fast. My first desire was to dash towards her and hug her. I resisted and squeezed myself and even tighter into the pine.
Что ты здесь делаешь?
You, what are you doing here? This and that. She was holding the hat that I lost. Working part-time and lost and found. Put it on, or your ears will freeze and maybe even fall off soon. Aye, why am I giggling like a fox? I squinted in suspicion. My ruler is now flying. I'm gonna keep my ruler on my... I'm gonna throw my ruler away onto my bed. There you go. I'm probably gonna break it. Oh no. I squinted in suspicion and shifted my gaze back and forth between her and the hat, scared that Elisa might be holding a severed head or something, or even more sinister. But in the end, my hat turned out to be just my hat. Can I look at your eyes? Can I look at the stars? Stars are beautiful. I'll take it. I took it and pulled it over my forehead. Feeling warmer? I didn't reply.
Там во дворе были какие-то дети.
There were some children in the yard. Oh, did they bite you or something?
Нет.
No. Then why did you run away? The answer was obvious, but after rolling the thought on my tongue, I mumbled.
Не знаю.
I don't know. Ah, why did I promise to never call you a dunce again? Oh well, I keep my promises. She walked up to me and grabbed me by the elbow. I sensed the familiar aroma of mint to savor the minute details of her smell. How many times do I have to tell you? You're safe as long as you're with me. I'm your friend. I think Elisa might be Polina. Maybe, because everyone's saying that, I mean, both of them are saying that they're friends in a very suspicious manner. And they are too. I quickly turned around towards the place the fox girl was pointing to. Kids in masks appeared in the clearing. At least they looked like kids since they were all pretty short. Oh yeah, that's not creepy at all! Not creepy at all! No! A wolf boy, an owl girl, and a bear boy. Oh yeah, this is not creepy at all. They all huffed and gasped for air, clearly tired from running around. Ha ha, I'm running around, you can't catch me. I thought you fell through the stove. Started digging around but couldn't find you. And I didn't care enough. Why does he have the figure of Pimple Dude? You see, if you're dumb, you run around and dig. And if you're smart, you wait until the others get tired of running around and digging. Then you start talking. You're a rat. Degenerate. Ah, I see what you did there. Ha ha ha. Huh? Don't mind him, he's a weirdo. I stood there stupefied, my mouth agape and my hands dangling helplessly. I had no idea how to react to the words of those late-night guests, but I managed to squeeze out something resembling a smile.
Вы просто меня напугали.
You just scared me, that's all. They started looking at each other and somebody even snorted, as if I said something funny. Yes, yes, the fox is right.
Это он.
He's the one. No, this is our... Have we finally found him?
Нажа.
Our bunny. Yes, he looks the part. The wolf boy started wagging a part of his costume like it was a tail in excitement. First. Of course you were first. Wolfie here was the one to sense the bunny in you. He told us about you.
Здравствуй.
Hello. And you've already met our Hootie before. She isn't that scary, is she?
Да, наверное.
I guess. Yeah, not scary at all when she wants to be. The smiling guy is Teddy. Be mindful of him or he'll chew your head off.
Зачем это?
What? Oh crap, I didn't mean to do that. I felt unsure if these peculiar little animals had the best intentions in mind, so I slid my hands behind my back, trying to look away from them, from the gaping holes of their carnival masks. Alicia put her hands to her sides in a theatrical manner and somehow managed to wink with her fox face. The next time we come for you, we'll ring bells for you. That we'll be scared less of our visit. Do we have any bells? I won't be ringing. My paw hurts. My smile was no longer fake. Ah, you showed us your teeth. That's a good sign. I didn't expect you to find us fun. I thought it was an emotion reserved strictly to Disneyland.
Откуда ты знаешь?
How do you know that? I read about it somewhere.
Про меня?
Yeah, so I think the fox girl has to be Polina, right? That's obvious, right? I'm not crazy, right? Aren't you funny? No, about Disneyland, darling. You can read human? Do you think I've been going to school every day for nothing? Suspicious. I think she sang in a coquettish voice. Where to learn about neglect, where to get your dreams all wrecked. To your local school, of course, and in your classroom. Where to hit kids every week, where to pray them all in the meek. Ah, crap. Let out a cautious laugh. My new acquaintances didn't seem scary anymore. On the contrary, they looked friendly and welcoming. There was something about them that attracted me. Just like this clearing, this moon, and the snowflakes that fell backwards from the ground to the sky, as if someone was rewinding a tape. The masked kids got close and I felt their touch. They gave me friendly taps, felt my clothes as if checking whether I was real. There were no animalistic malice in their touch, only pure childish curiosity. For some reason I thought to myself, I can trust them. Snowflakes just kept on floating upwards. I noticed that. I thought that was just okay. This is all a dream, definitely. Nobody will hurt you anymore, friend. Yeah, if someone even tries to. The fox gave me a slight tug and burst out laughing. Well then, Tosha, we could run away screaming or come with us. Where to? To the amusement park. At that moment, Tega's deceptive silence was broken with the sound of a distant flute, mesmerizing and alluring. It brought about the ring of crystal glass and the whispers of fresh winter spring. If I had any doubts before, the flute's song shattered the last of them. Okay. I started following my new friends before I could even make my decision. My legs carried me of their own will, and the tunnel made one of the pines step apart. Bushes bowed in front of our procession. Everything looked dreamlike. Because even the clearing we ended up in, I only saw in my dream. The flute soared up the treetops like some fantastical bird. The snowflakes floated up in a spiral. The moon painted the tree branches with silver. Alisa gasped in amazement, and also in awe. I tilted my head backwards as far as I could. Hoot! What a sight.
Очень красиво.
It's so beautiful. Wolfie held an agreement. This is nothing. I can show you much more, if you want. I did want. I wanted to see what the fox girl saw with her eyes, hidden in the semi-dark of her cape. Now I didn't feel weird about these masked kids. I felt weird for being the only one without the mask. This is how they get you. Peer pressure. No. I felt like I was naked in the January winds.
Скажите, а зачем вам
Why do you
маски?
wear those masks? I was trembling, but I wasn't scared. You know, I'm standing in the cold. It's, quite obvious why I'm trembling, but, Why do you ask? I touched my cold cheek.
Я без маски.
I'm not wearing one. I love human tails. Human nails?
Человеческий.
Human fails. I've already told you. All the villagers wear masks.
И даже я?
Ты такой рассеянный, Антон.
Okay. Okay, thank you for finding my glasses already. That's nice. And the hat, yeah, and the gloves too. And your real face. I looked at the mask the fox was holding out to me. The bunny mask that looked like a silver ingot under the moonlight. I was curious to see the world through its slits. What if I don't want to take it? Oh no, I don't get a choice in this? This is terrible peer pressure, come on, but at least it's accurate. Suddenly, fighting its way through the flute's melody, a thought came to me. The glasses they found were in Semyon's possession. My new acquaintances must have known what happened to him, or even worse.
А куда подевался Семен? Что с ним стало?
And where did Semyon disappear to? What happened to
С
him?
остальными детьми?
And the other children? The bear and the owl looked at each other. The wolf boy curled into a ball and the fox lowered the pointy nose of her mask. The one who was kept in a cage. The one who cuts into little pieces roar. The one who wears a skinned face took them. If I knew to cross myself, I'd do it.
Хотите сказать, это был человек?
So you're saying it was a human? Were you even listening to us? How can you call someone like that him a human? There's one word for him. An adult. It's so easy to get lost in an adult world. Killers, cruel animal trainers, and cold parents. Ah, if you don't want to get sad, better not to think about them. I don't know about you, but I definitely don't want to be sad. Yeah, sadness sucks, yeah. Somehow I'm also not sad today. What about you, Anton? Huh? I was lost in thought, staring at the pines, trying to pinpoint the location of the flute. I was so sure that the person who played it was standing right behind the piney stockade. Someone tall going over the holes in the flute with their long fingers. What now? Are we gonna sit and be sad or have some fun?
Алиса хотела что-то показать.
Alisa wanted to show me something. Let's start with the sweet stuff. This fox girl took out a handful of candy from her pocket and handed them to each of the kids. Covers shuffled, the smell of pineapple, cocoa, and melon wafted through the air. Oh wow, okay, this is happening. Oh, okay, I didn't consent to this, but that's fine, okay. Last treat, a chocolate-covered waffle candy. Alisa put it right into my mouth. My tongue was engulfed in spiciness. Yeah, okay, that happened. I felt like my body was covered in fur and small sparks were running along it. I chewed on the waffle and the chocolate, gulped them down, enjoying the vivid taste.
Спасибо.
Thanks. And I become one with the bunny! My gratitude was barely audible because my lips were already touching the insides of a mask. Boy, I didn't even notice how I put it against my face. The paper mache was warm. The mask stuck to my skin, giving it a nice prickle. The kind when you dive into a hot bath after being outside in winter. When you lie there and purr from the soapy water. See, I told you, this is yours.
Моё.
Mine. What are we waiting for? We must have the fun ourselves. You're right. The melody kept swirling in the field like a hurricane. I couldn't wait to release the energy the heat of this enchanting music was filling me with. Oh, wow. The owl jumped and disappeared into the sky because of course. Oh, wow. I heard her laughter from somewhere above and then she landed back down, huffing and sighing. You can do it too. Give it a try. I followed suit. Oh my gosh. Color. My feet tore off the ground and I flew towards the stars like a rocket and screamed from happiness after seeing my friends down below. There's now color. The wind helped me fly. It felt like I was jumping onto a huge trampoline. Oh, wow. The stars looked like vivid sparkles that I could reach up and lick up. The moon also got closer. And then I plunged. I got scared for a minute that I'd break my legs for a moment, but my soles landed softly on the ground. You're safe with us, and all your dreams will come true. I'm so happy that I finally found you, Bunny. In a fit of merry laughter, I realized that the most important thing, these four are not a threat. My real enemies, and I felt that with every single hair in my mask, were those who knew about this magic. Humans from the village. Oh gosh. I also realized how alive my surroundings have become. I heard the dry grass under my snow moan. I saw faces. Oh, and the moon has a face! That's right, be scared. I'll jump up to you and... I snapped my teeth. and then let out a jubilant laugh, jumping along with the fox. Oh my gosh, okay. We flew higher than the tallest pines and stayed in the air. I swirled and followed, and Alyssa followed my rhythm. I knew that she was smiling, so I smiled too. And the flute just kept on playing, carrying us higher and higher.
Эй,
Hey,
тебя что,
did someone put a
заколдовали?
spell on you? I think so. That someone is standing next to me. What? I thought trying to unglue my chin from the desk. My muscles felt slightly sore, but the feeling was pleasant. The whole class was wandering about for some reason, whispering and passing notes to each other. Their faces looked like discolored masks to me, bleak and boring. I yawned, remembering the time I was soaring high above the forest, with Elisa by my side, laughing and squeezing my hand. So it is a dream, maybe. Perhaps no, probably. It was all just a dream. Because I didn't walk back from the forest, just woke up in my bed on a normal morning with tea and medicine. Still, I was hardly worried about trying to find a rational explanation for my night dance. That feeling of flight was much more important. Interestingly, that was English. Now it's not English anymore. Okay. The knowledge of me how it feels to be hanging in the air above the treetops of majestic pines, baring my teeth at the moon.
Прости, задумался.
Sorry, lost in thought.
Слышал уже про Катю?
Have you heard about Katya?
А?
Huh? And she's missing as well. I glanced at the empty seat in front of me.
Катя пропала.
Katya went missing. My sleepiness was gone in an instant. I frowned in suspicion.
Как пропала?
What do you mean? It can't be. Oh no. Okay. Katya! Okay, I'm gonna save there before I do anything stupid. Alright. Okay. Yeah, so that was the end. Oh, and there's blood on the newspaper now. Interesting. Ooh, this is awesome. The story is getting more and more intriguing. There has to be more than 4 episodes, right? There has to be more, because maybe I think the foxes and like the kids wearing the animal masks are maybe a metaphor, or like something in Anton's head of childhood. Maybe he feels more like a child and more happy with them. That's why everything's colorful. But the kids going missing is interesting, and that how the masked people know that it's a human or an adult that's doing all of this. Also interesting. I do think that the fox lady, the bear, and everyone they're all imagination, because they knew things about Anton that no one would actually really know. So yeah, and clearly the fox is like a representation of Polina. Then again, the fox lady came before Polina, so don't know. Anyways, let me know what you think about the game and any theories that you have. I hope you enjoyed it. I enjoyed it, and the story's getting more interesting, so yeah, it's very, very intriguing. With that being said, I'm going to end the video here, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. Stay safe, and remember, masks can be scary. Don't forget the mask. Don't forget yourself. Take care, and goodbye.